Hey, the best squad. It's your girl, Ebony, the best. Guys, welcome back to Conversation with the Best. All right. So, a little story time before I get started. So, I was on the phone with a girlfriend of mine, and I was telling her, like, Jesus, I don't know what's going to happen now because, Love and Marriage Huntsville, to me, it's over. I've been done with it since I peeped the game that they were up to. And she was like, just keep trying, keep pushing out stuff. You never know what might hit. So I know I was planning on giving up, but after talking to her, she was like, no, don't give up. Just find your niche, find what you like, and just keep putting stuff. People will like it, people won't. You'll get new crowds. So I'm going to try this thing with different content. But while we're in the talking mood, let's get into my first conversation. Now, guys, I'm not sure if you remember I had talked about the Morgans, and this is Julie Morgan with her husband and three kids, right? They're the one who, I don't know, thought it was a good idea to rent their apartment to these two white lady, which if you ask me, again, I said it in my previous video and I'm gonna say it again. I think they thought that, renting to these people would be better than to rent to a, black person because they will get their money. They got the shock of their life. These people came in, start complaining, pretty much ruined these people's apartment. And just give you a little flashback, let me go to Facebook. And I think this is Julie's page, right? If I can find it, let's see. Let me get out of here. I'm trying to go back to Facebook. Okay, so this is Julie's page, right? Um, and the story again is about, this lady. That I'm on my daughter's page. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. You know what, guys? I am showing, and it's a good thing probably because my daughter would have probably killed me. But let me show you. Let me share with you guys. Let's see. Just to give you like a update of what the conversation is about. But like I said, it's already in my story. This is Julie and her family. And again, they rented their apartment to this couple the weekend of Super Bowl weekend. These people came into their home, pretty much vandalized the home, damaged everything. Um, the story went viral on her TikTok. And again, the people they did the apartment wrong. They did all of these pictures I'm showing you is what they did to the apartment. They did it really bad, and that wasn't very nice. But the update is that Julie, they did file a lawsuit. I saw the article in Pupose. Just to briefly go over it, it says that in the complaint, Haley claims that the two women moved in on Sunday, February 9th, and were immediately dissatisfied with the parts of the unit. When they moved in, they were informed that there were some paint touches that need to happen, blah, blah, blah. In the end, they complained, didn't like it. I mind it was minor stuff uh, to do what they do, pretty much. As you can see, they loosened all of this, the toilet. They were asking them to come and clean up their feces because the toilet was broken. I mean, just disrespectful. So there was a lot of racial slurs. So if she says that, let me see right here. Per the complaint, it was the neighbors that called and let them know that the apartment was leaking and that they had moved out. There was flooding, everything. But I'm trying to get to what was said. Let's see. According to the complaint, local fire department. Um, Child, I can't see where she filed the lawsuit against them. Let's see. Y'all, I'm not even gonna go back. Let's go back to her Facebook page. I think it's there. where she basically let us know today, just an update. Okay, here we go. It says update. We have officially filed lawsuits against our former tenants for their intentional destruction of our home. Justice will be served. Thank you for your support. During this time, we will continue to keep you updated as the case progresses. And guys, I will also keep you updated on everything that is happening with this case. I will definitely keep you guys updated. I don't know if I can do a full screen so you guys could see it. That they did file a lawsuit against them, and I guess they're just basically complaining about the damages that were done to the apartment, and they want lawyers' fee to be paid. They want the money to renovate because, come to find out, y'all, the insurance will not cover. I guess it's called intentional damage. So they're losing a lot, and that's not right. That's not right. If you don't like, somewhere, and these people were black when you uh decided to rent their apartments, and if you didn't like it, just leave. But that's all for that, guys. The lawsuit was filed. I will keep you guys updated with more information. Now, guys, this story that I'm about to tell you, it is a little bit more sensitive. um it has to do with a young man that used to attend a certain school. Let me just stop sharing here because you always have to stop to get to the next page. Okay. He was only 6 years old when he started to attend this school, and this teacher allegedly started grooming him. Again, shout out to Dominique Speaks. This is where I get most of my stories or my news. She is awesome. You can go on Instagram, you can find her. Again, her name is Dominique Speaks. Dominique Speaks. So I'm just trying to get her page up for you so y'all can see. Listen, this whole thing right here, I am trying to. Oh, and guys, I want you to tell me how you like the new thing. I have upgraded my package with StreamYard, so that's why I've been able to show better. And you probably hear better. Yeah, so this is Dominique. Dominique Speaks on it. You can always go over to her page, subscribe to her page. This is where I get all my stories from. But let's get into the story of Jeremiah, and I'm gonna let Dominique speak on it for you. So let's see. Here we go. All right. So what should I? Dominique. Here we go. All right. So Jeremiah recently went live on a Facebook space, and he was basically venting about what happened to him when he was a child. So let's get into it. And guys, if you hear me pause and talking through the video, as again, you will notice that with every content creator, we're not trying to get strike. We're not trying to have YouTube taking down our channel and say we're reusing other people's content. If you see like a layover, like my Ebony the Best, or if you see that over my content, it means that we're trying to prevent copyright strike. All right.
Jeremiah Williams takes to his Facebook Live in a very vulnerable way to let us know to beware of a teacher who is still teaching with children who took advantage of him when he was only in sixth grade. Now, during this live, Jeremiah details that at this time in his life, he was questioning his sexuality. He didn't have a lot of friends. He was constantly bullied by other students at school, and that this teacher had taken a liking to him and pulled him under his wing.
Gave him hit.
Hold on, guys. Y'all parents, y'all really need to pay attention. Listen, the way how I protect these kids, they're already telling me, oh, you spoil them, da 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 da. But I don't really let nobody come around my children. I am so protective of them. And just listening to Jeremiah, I really, got teared up because nobody deserved this to be happening to him. But let me let you hear what's going on.
All the way home.
This is so sad. hard for him to speak.
Um, yeah. So that happened. There was a third incident that occurred before everything went to stops, and it was one weekend. He talked my mom into thinking that he was going to tutor me. He picked me up from my house that morning, and we went back to his home in Swainsboro, where he was living at with his mother. And there was no tutoring done whatsoever. There was nothing but grooming and sexual activity.
Jeremiah also states that it is only right now, as he is 18 years old, that he even realizes that he was a victim of assault, because at one point he thought that everything that was happening was okay. Now, the teacher in question's name is Antonio.
So guys, I'm gonna read a little part of it, and then I'm gonna also let Dominique read. So he said, "Hi, Facebook family and friends. This is not a post that I thought I'd be posting today, but hey, I am living in my truth, and it's time to tell my story. As most family know, I attend Longston Chapel Middle School all 3 years. I'd like to highlight an incident that occurred my first year attending this school. While attending this school, I got close with many teachers and students. Most people that went to this school during my duration being there can say I had a strong bond with a teacher that goes by Antonio Maurice Brantley." So let me let Dominic continue on with this.
Maurice Brantley, and based on school records, he still works with students down in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, this is what Jeremiah posted to his Facebook page. He says, "Hey, Facebook family and friends. This is not a post that I thought I'd be posting today, but hey, I'm living in my truth, and it's time to tell my story. As most friends and family know, I attended Langston Chapel Middle School all 3 years, and I'd like to highlight an incident that occurred my first year attending this school. While attending this school, I got close with many teachers and students. Most people that went to this school during my duration being there can say I had a strong bond with the teacher that goes."
Now I like how she over here like Dominique. You ain't got to show that you could read real good while I'm over here struggling.
By Antonio Maurice Brantley. This teacher has done unthinkable things to me that no sixth grader should ever have to go through. The thing that I went through, the things that were done to me are far beyond acceptable. I was touched by this man on multiple occasions, sometimes even inside of the school, at basketball games, and even during regular school hours. I am speaking on this now because I am now fully aware of what I went through and how much trauma has been caused to me. During my whole middle school years, even up until I told my mom, which was recent and a couple of weeks before I moved, my mom has always asked me, has anyone ever touched you? And I would never think back on the incident.
But people start to ask me questions like, "Why are you just not coming out about the situation?" Or why haven't you been saying anything or anything like that? You didn't go through it. Shit like that can ruin a person's mind, mental, all that. That shit was stripped away from me at 12 years old. You weren't in it, so you couldn't tell me what the fuck to do. You can't. So with that being said, everybody can just keep their comments to themselves because you didn't go through it and you didn't have to go through it.
I believe he has a point. Like, we can't tell a person when to speak on something like this that happened to them, right? And it's the same thing with the Chantel Freeman story. Thank you guys for viewing that. I saw her post a lot of stuff today about lying Tasha K, but hey, check out my story, you'll understand.
With that being said, um, I would like for everybody to stop saying that I'm healed from the situation. I've seen a couple posts, people saying that I'm healed and stuff. I am not healed by the situation, but I am at peace with the situation. I can't say I'm healed with the situation because I'm just becoming like fully aware of what I actually went through. Like that shit, that shit fucking with your boy. No lie. But it's it happened. I went through it. So sixth grade, uh the beginning of sixth grade wasn't bad at all. I would say it was towards the middle of sixth grade when stuff started to get shaky. I felt as though I started questioning my sexuality. And, yeah, bullying was going on. Uh, a lot of that was going on during that time. So I really didn't have any friends or nothing like that of anything of that sort. So I was always cool with teachers, anybody that could be in my corner, I wanted to be cool with. Um, Antonio Maurice Brantley was one of the people. He was one of the he was one of the people that I thought was in my corner during that time, and I felt as though I could trust him. Um, Now we all obviously can see that I could not do that. First incident occurred.
I'll tell you that I feel so bad, so emotional for this guy. Like, I'm really praying for you. It's just so sad. And for anybody who's just asking question like, why didn't you come out? Why didn't you say anything? He's saying something now, and that's all that matters, right? That's all that matters.
Um, during, like I said, during the middle of my sixth grade year, I was in the ISS room. Uh, it was just me and Antonio Maurice Brantley in the ISS room. We were joking and laughing. We were playing, and he, it was no context to what he did, but he grabbed my, as y'all can imagine what I'm thinking about, and I'm not talking about my rear area. Um, I didn't know how to feel. I stood in shock, and I stood there. A couple minutes later, I did it back to him, and one thing led to another, and I ended up giving him oral sex in the classroom.
In the sixth grade, we listen and we don't judge.
That's the first incident. Um, During this time, I was what you can say is rewarded by the things that I was doing. Um, Me and another student, and this other student DM'd me last night when I came about my story. Um, he asked me why I didn't tell him because he was also cool with Maurice Brantley. Anybody that knows, that man bought me iPhone 8 Plus during the time I was in sixth grade. He bought me AirPods, food, anything. You can ask anybody that went to that school. He hovered over me like I was a golden child. I could never do no wrong. I could never get in trouble because
This is what they do. He groomed him. He groomed him literally. I wonder if this guy was married.
Maurice Brantley will always protect me no matter what. When I would get in trouble with teachers, they would send me to Mr. Brantley. Shit. So yeah. Second incident, after a basketball game, my mom allowed Antonio Maurice Brantley to take me home after a basketball game because I asked her could I stay, but she told me that I had to find a ride. Um, like I said, after the basketball game, Maurice Brantley proceeded to take me home, and before we stopped to get to his car, we stopped by the bathroom. Uh, he went in the bathroom by himself. He locked the door behind him. He then came out of the bathroom still. unbuckling his pants while they were still down. Um, I then proceeded to grope his groin area, and then we proceeded to leave the school. As we're leaving the school, on the way home, I gave him head all the way home.
A young man by the name of
Wow. 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 I don't know what has become of this story, you guys. I'm just bringing it to you. Please let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will try to find out if this teacher is still working there and update you guys on another video, okay? Again, thank you for joining me with Conversation with the Best. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. And I will talk to y'all in the next video. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye.